Okay, thank you for today. Today we're going to continue with root words. We've done Ra for the water and Chet for things that are sharp on the 7th of November. Today is November 14, 2018, and we're going to start with the root word Khan. And sinew is Khan. Khan would be a shortened version of Khan, the sinew. And the Khan is the spinal cord. The spinal cord holds us up, so it's power. The root word Khan is power. It holds things together. Even our moccasins, when we're sewing them, we wrap them with the cord, and so they won't tear into the sole and the hide of the deer. It's held firmly and strongly by the sinew. Now that root word, broad in meaning to wakhan, things that are very strong, including the stars in the sky that are held together forever and ever, never move. So it is broadened to mean things that are held together strongly, just like the sinew held the moccasin and other forms of things that we sew together to hold them strong. The buckskin dresses, our buffalo robes, all of those depended on strength. And the strength of things held together brought them to the stars, or things that were powerful. Come. There's a powerful product, modern word, or things we had. Wakhandali, things that are powerful came home, and that would be the lightning. The lightning came home, or the power came home. Wakhan Gili. Gili is came home. He or she, there's no gender. Wakhan Gili. Also, the power of a lightning, there's no moral value. It isn't right or wrong, or it isn't good or bad. It's just power unto itself. Just like the sinew is a power unto itself on our back, in our backbone. The sinew, it's a power unto itself. There's no moral value to it. It's just a power that holds us up. Now, going on, Wakhankanka, which Christians really took to mean the powerful things that are great. We wanted to equate that to the Great Spirit. So Wakhankanka then, in modern usage, became Great Spirit. Wakhankanka to us, as Lakota people, are anything that is strong, and Kanka that is immensely huge. Wakhankanka could mean a volcano. Things that are immensely powerful would be that also. No moral value again. It's not good or bad. It's just a power unto itself. Then when we started to have people that were designated as sacred men, we say Wakhan Vichasha. Wakamichasha would be a person who has charisma, personal strength. We always say that he's like an elk, the elk man. He has charisma and he's strong. And when he walks in the room, all the women look towards the door. Why? Because he's got a strong attitude. He's got a protective attitude. And so people who need protection from more dangerous things then depend on the elk man. And not Uchoya El Okados are told in our historical oral traditions. And continues to today. It's the west, the east that is the designated being for the animal. For the east is the elk. The color is yellow. And so we have Wakamichasha. We have Chan Wakam, the powerful tree, or spiritual because it is almighty and powerful, and sacred tree by ceremony. Chan Wakam, the center tree for the Sundance. Chan Wakam. It's sacred, and it becomes even more sacred when people tie their prayers on the tree before it's stood up to be the center, the Hochoka of our sun dances. And so we would make it more sacred and powerful by spiritual intent. We put our spirit into the tree by tying our banners and our tobacco ties, our prayers for people, for somebody, to somebody. And so it's really important to know how these sequence of the word come is attached to all kingdoms, from the animals to the humans to the plants. You know, they have that inner power or inner essence, the soul that we would put into ourselves or in plants and things. If you sing to plants, they seem to grow better. If you smudge them with sage, they're just happy for the carbon. So we do things to engage in being a part of the soul of a plant to make it strong. So what we're doing is we're making it all time. Even the water, when you pray over it, crystallizes better and it's cleaner and it's better to drink because you put your essence into the water. It seems the water had a knowledge of its own to produce itself, that inner essence, to present itself as a being, to help other beings, like we who drink water. Shunkawat, the powerful, mysterious dog, or it brought in meaning to the horse. The mysterious horse, or powerful horse, because it pulled our travelways, it carried our packs, and Shunkawat is truly a word that has sanctity. Once a person whose name was Moses parts his hair. He lived about a mile from us in a small square log home. That was his home. He had a chicken named the rooster's name was Sunny Boy, and his horse's name was Sparkplug. And one day, when we got our arrows from the cherry shoots that grow straight in the spring, me and Ephraim Little Soldier, we passed by Moses' home, and he was sitting in the shade. He was whittling a piece of wood. We stopped and he said, "Hey, Gilio Odi, they're coming back after me." So I thought that they may have sold the horse. He might have sold the horse. But he didn't sell the horse. They actually meant that something was coming after him, or someone we didn't know. Take me over. Well, we didn't have to know. So, oh, good. Good to hear. And we went on home. But the horse was running along the fence back and forth, and he noted that they're coming back after him. Meaning, that's why he's running back and forth, because they're coming after him. And so I went home, and a little later, my uncle Francis came home and opened the door, coming in out of the rain, because there was a rain by now. When there was a lightning, that's what Moses is saying. They're coming back after me and taking you. And when my uncle Francis came in the house, he said, Moses Kashunkawakanti Wakiam Tibet. Moses' horse was struck by lightning. And so when the rain let up, I saw the horse laying on a flat over there. I ran over there to see what it looked like if a horse got struck by lightning. I was a small boy. And when I got there, I saw that the horse's mane was braided with sage, and the tail was braided with sage. So it made me think about the word Shukalakan. I knew that there was something mysteriously sacred by that act. The thunders came back after him. And that's what he was trying to tell us, Moses, when he was sitting in the shade. To let you know that there is more than just a powerful horse. There is a mysteriousness about them, including the story of Woodrow Keeble, who is famous for getting the Congressional Medal of Honor after he passed away. Way later, he got the Congressional Medal of Honor for grenading some pillboxes, which means some bunkers that had machine guns. He sneaked up and threw grenades into those pillboxes, and so we had a surrender in that part of that war from the Japanese, and so, or German, whichever. So the story is important that they had captured many of those soldiers, but he was wounded while he was running up toward the hill, and so he fell, and he knew he was dying. He got hit and injured very seriously. And so he knew when he was blacking out and he was leaving, he probably thought that I was ready anyway. But something grabbed the shirt part on his shoulder and lifted him up and sat him upwards so that his circulation got stronger. And he looked up, and there was a white horse, and the white horse on his left side had an eagle feather hanging down. That's what he saw. And then he went out, and then woke up and he was alive. So he got a Purple Heart and a Congressional Medal of Honor. But his story is, it was because of the horse that he lived. So again, the Shukawa Khan in our stories appears again. Again and again we hear the stories of the sacredness of this animal that left the continent we live on and went away. And of course we know the Spanish dog back. But when a little dog was going away, it had paws, and it seemed like dogs picked on it. Humans didn't really need him because he's too small. When he was walking away, up on a hill, he looked back and he said, I'm leaving now. You don't need me, but I'll come back one day. And he did. And many tribes started to enjoy the helpfulness of this horse. We even use the horse at the sun dance sometimes to break the piercing or to pierce with two horses on each side. Those are not commonly done except with very, very sacred ceremonies. And so, just letting you know that what I heard, I filter for the word wakam, the sacredness, even of our lives. We come, every time you hear we, it's a two. So we come would be a braided sinew rope, and they were very strong, used for many things, especially for the sacred tree, to hold it up in case the wind was going to come, to stake it in 4 directions, or to use as the cord to pierce and break away the men who pierce through the tree and break away. The piercing is done on the chest and break it away for sacrifice for the people or whoever the person thinks the prayers are for. The next root word is shun. Shun is the middle tall feather of an eagle. The center feather of the tail of the eagle. That's the shun. Now, many medicine men, or Wichashawakia, whoever has the right to help people to cry for their dream, or ambulechea, sometimes crying in the night, ambulechea, and sometimes praying throughout the day. Chea means prayer or crying. Chea. It's one of those words that has broad meaning for prayer and for crying. So a baby must be praying when it first comes because it's crying. Chea is crying or praying. And wouldn't you, if you saw these giants around you, look around and all these adult giants are around you, wouldn't you get scared out of it? And so the little baby cries and finally knows there's intimacy and being held and being loved, so everything is okay after that. Then, of course, other things happen to help with intimacy to the child's birth. So, shun would be the warrior feather worn upright on the back of the head. Sometimes some warriors use a shun. If there's two, then he has two of them on the back of his head. The shun, the first one that was used on the head roaches of traditional dancers, was two boys got their naming together, their spiritual names. They got them together. They were best friends. So they got their naming, and they each got an identical feather tied on the left side. And so when they got their naming, they tied the feather on the left side of those two boys. And they used them into battle, into hunting. They always put the feathers on because it means they travel together. Two warriors traveling together. And every warrior in the old days traveled together, or many warriors traveled together. Zuyawichasha, the patrolman. That's where I got my name. Zuyachikala, little warrior, or little patrolman. But the government translated it to Killsong. And so the Zuya would travel together to flush out. One goes in the front, flushes out the quail or deer, and the other one would wait. So they're good to hunt together. And even in battle, they watch each other's back. And in one battle, one of the warriors got shot very badly, and he fell to the ground. So the other friend saw him, so he rode his horse over there quickly and held him up, but he died. His friend died. So he took his feather off and put them together, and he kept them for one whole a year. And when it was time that he could have a festive time, on his roach, he put those 2 feathers and fashioned them so they would spin. They would dance and spin together, those 2 feathers, in memory of his friend. So that's when the first 2 feathers were used on the head roach, was by that warrior. He put it on his robe. After that, men started to do that too. They have replicas of the original. Now, many of the traditional dancers probably don't know the origin. They just do it because we're supposed to. Many things of the Lakota, we do things because we're supposed to. Even if we forgot the history of it, we still do it because you're supposed to. And we often say it's 2 boys coming together. So the shun was a important feather, upward pointed appendage on the head of animals, or the ears. So the shun would be the 2 ears of a donkey, shun. The dog had 2 ears sticking up, shun, shunka. The 2 ears sticking up, shunka, wakhan. The shun sticking upwards. And so, what came first? Probably shun met the middle feather of the eagle and transferred and broadened the meaning to also the ears of animals that look like feathers sticking up. Shun. These are many connected words that evolved through our communities, and it's rooted in different types of meanings for the use of that particular word, shun. The next one is tum, which is us. Tum. So you would, or give birth. Tum. So if I said I was given birth to, I would say matumpi. Tum would be a verb, so you could say matumpi. Or you could say, Doma ni tumpihe. When were you born? Or when were you conceived? Tum would be a person who is conceived. Tumpi. Given birth to, or gave birth. Either way. It works both ways. The subject or the object. Doer or the receiver. Tum. Give birth or given birth. Kumpi would be given birth. Kumwin, birth woman, midwife. And on father's side, if the father can't go in where all the women are helping his wife give birth, he would send his sister instead. So that's why Kumwin would be the child's auntie. Because that was the midwife, the father's sister. Whom helps to conceive or help in the birth of the child. Once again, these have meanings that broaden into even a kinship. Kankashila would be grandfather. This is an important word that probably nobody considered, but Kankashila would be the grandfather, the greatest grandfather for eternity. The Kun would mean the DNA. Because it's what? It's the pus, or the semen, or the water bag, everything that does with holding the child alive inside the mother is with kum. And so the kum would be Kunta Shila, the same as the original birth, the birth product or the birth object, the thing that made all things be, would be grandfather. Because she is just a kinship sound. And la is lovable. Lovable grandfather. Compassion. She is the kinship sound. Knu is the DNA or the birth sound. That's why we say the stones when they're brought in, with the Ibitagapi or Ibiti, the sweat lot, we say they brought the grandfathers. They brought the original grandfather. And so we know by that very word that we came from the stars, as stones to the earth. Amen. No, I just not got started. I'm still warming up. However, I'm on a roll. Later. That's my current focus.
Just checking on
Sorry, that's good.
that ankle bracelet.
Yeah, that's good though, that way.
At least you got one.
Yeah, at least somebody checks out.
Yeah.
Are you okay, kind of thing?
Yeah.
Birthday is creepy on that.
It's 3:30 if we have to leave.
I don't have to read.
Before then?
Yeah, that would be creepy on that. The day of your birthday. Cousin, man's niece. Okay? Coming from the auntie, or what? A sister. Or from the mother and the father, sometimes. Anyway, it's a birth sound. Kushka would be the man's nephew. Man's niece is Kusha. Okay? Coming from what? The sister, right? Getting that. And Potron is produce a voice just like producing babies, you could produce a sound too. So we brought the meaning to sound also. And the thunders will come, right? Wakia Hokumbi. The thunders are making sounds or producing sounds. Wakia Hokumbi. Unkum would be if you got hurt and it caused hurt by open cut. And what happens when you have an open cut? You have kum. That's what they say unkum. Okay? Again, that plus word comes, but this time after the person is functioning and hurt himself, but that kum is still with us, even in injuries. It shows and heals. It helps to heal. Possibly right away, but it's already implanted to be healed already. And there's other things to heal the open wound. The false red mallow that grows in Pine Ridge abundantly. There's probably some out here. Look enough. It's a little plant about this big, but orange colored flowers, little flowers. That's the when you chew that and put it on open wound and it heals, You don't see the sky. That's why it's hailed from. It's magical. It disappears. What happened by science? When you treat that, put it on there, that chemical in that plant tightens the skin. So it heals by tightening, so that's why you can't see the scar. It's still there, but you can't see it because it tightened as it's healing. Isn't that awesome?
Yeah. It's like,
Eocentral pleasure is magical.
that's that little orange flower.
Yeah.
That grows.
But you chew the leaves.
The leaf part.
Yeah, the leaves
Okay.
part. You chew the leaves.
Leaf part.
Yeah.
I was wondering if it grows on the altars of the Sunday School altars of Red Scott every year.
It's a medicine.
Huh.
Whenever you have a injury or a open cut or something, there should be a medicine close by. If you have poison ivy, there should be a medicine close by, and that's a wild onions.
So it shrinks it then.
That one does. Yeah.
Top heavy or.
Hail cut fish. I always wondered why Grandma said, "Oh, hail cut fish is not good," because my little sister was doing break up poison ivy, or poison oak. Didn't catch it early enough, so it starts to keep scores. She would put that on her, she would put it on her. And I think the saliva helps too,
Yeah.
you know. So it's a healing medicine for open wounds. I'm really happy, I want to say this now, that these old people raised me the right way. And I'm really happy my mom gave me a waiver.
So you went with the Lakota, the old ones.
Yeah, and they didn't know I was there, so I didn't be given away to a foster home. I was hidden. Anyway, when my mom was on her last days, I went and took her my master's diploma. And I said, "Mom, I want to be with this. You get a copy of it." And I said, "Mom, I wanted to tell you something. Because of this. It's bad for her. She wants to something. It's like, Lila, you're a genius." And she said, "Okay, how was that?" I said, "Lila, Maya, Le Mochila, Latala, Edward, Mochila, Luisa, Bernardo, Chama, Lila. I'm happy you gave me away to my grandma and my house." And I was a baby. And so I could see now, and I got my diploma. And I want to thank you for thinking of me that way. But she was pregnant, she's 13, she had me when she was 14. So I think she needed to hear that because she gave me away. And so I just thank her for giving me away. And I think she really needed to hear that because she grabbed my arms and didn't want to let me go. And so that,
Why did you say genius?
Woe can wash dead. You have very good thoughts. Woe is a value, we is a tool, yukshan is thoughts. Woe, we yukshan.
Okay, break it down again.
W-O, W-I, U, only Y, U, K, C-A-N.
War is like thoughts.
Value.
Value.
We is a tool.
We is
You, that I is, there's two I's there, but you put them together, you use them to, so it just goes we. It's supposed to be we, but we fuse the two I's together to make it one sound. Wo, we, we just say wo, we,
Yeah. And break that one.
Wo is value, we is a tool. Yukshan is thoughts. Or thinking. Good thinking, good thoughts, and it's a value.
So there are many secrets in the language.
But you gotta know syllables. What the syllables actually mean. And they have to be arranged in the same way each time, so it's predictable. which made it comforting.
And that way you learn grammar, and then you learn meaning, and you learn how to put sentences.
You have a discipline.
Yes.
Language is a discipline.
Yes. English, oh my goodness.
It arranges your mind. And so I know 2 languages, and I know Latin. So I'm pretty powerful at translating and expressing. That's why I created Native American oratory, speaking, public speaking, the native way. So I created a course for USB,
What was it called?
Native American oratory.
You used to teach that one.
I was the only one, because nobody else knew it. And that's what Dr. Brewer told me. I said, I want to take some courses so I can teach these courses when we're going to make that into a bachelor's of arts. And so I got to go someplace and go to school so I can teach these courses. And him and Meg, they told me, you're going to be teaching me. And so I didn't have to get any kind of qualification. I was already designated to be the teacher, but soon travel culture, language.
Please, the Lord was glad you didn't have to go through the whole masturbation to do what you're already doing. That's what you used to say.
Yeah. I was raised this way. I was immersed